guys. Happy what day is it? It's Tuesday? Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. I just wanted to pop on for a quick stream. I actually have a meeting at 2 with a client. And I'm just kind of killing time before then. And we got some stuff to talk about since last night. And obviously, based on the title of the stream, you know who I might be talking about, at least partially on this stream. Really, the title is more because I am going to be talking about how Matt Walsh is a grifter shill who does absolutely nothing to support people who are fighting back against critical race theory. That is absolutely going to be a topic of conversation. But before we get into that, let's see if some people come and join us. I know I don't usually stream at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday, so I don't exactly know how many people are going to join. Send in a comment in the chat if you like. I did a late night stream last night, and I don't regret a single solitary thing that I said in that stream. Don't regret a single thing that I said in that stream. And in fact, the ironic thing is that I did this stream last night where I basically was blocking conservatives on Twitter and just talking to people while I did it. And I actually got hundreds of new subscribers from it. Yay! Lost some subscribers, but that's fine. That's fine. People think that the most important thing is numbers, and the most important thing is never numbers. The most important thing is that you're getting in front of the right people. And I would rather get in front of a smaller audience of the right people than a larger audience of conservative, woke conservative authoritarians. Now, here's what people are going to say. They're going to be like, Carlin, it's not all conservatives. Well, I am actually willing to concede that there may be as many as several dozen good conservatives that aren't authoritarians, just like I'd be willing to concede that there are probably several dozen good Democrats that aren't woke authoritarians, but not enough. And this is a theme that I've had with conservatives literally ever since I started speaking out, which is that if you don't want to be painted by the bad actors in your midst, then you need to clean up your own fucking house. It is not my responsibility to fix conservatives. It is conservatives' responsibility to fix conservatives. It's conservatives' responsibility when there are... Listen, conservatives, do you want to know why people on the left don't speak up when Democrats and progressives are acting like woke authoritarians? Do you want to know why Democrats don't speak up when they don't agree? You don't speak up either. Look in the fucking mirror. You are exactly alike. The Republicans and the Democrats are exactly alike. So if you wonder why Democrats can watch cancel culture happen right in front of them and not say anything or not even acknowledge that it's going on, congratulations. Conservatives do exactly the same thing. Conservatives will watch cancel culture happen right in front of them, led by their blue check influencers, and say nothing and do nothing and make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse about why it's happening. And then they'll say, but Carlin, it's not all conservatives. Well, you didn't do shit. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. If you don't want to be painted with a generalizing brush that you are all alike, then start acting differently. It's really that simple. If you want Democrats to speak up against what woke fucking progressives are doing, then you do the same on your side. And if you aren't willing to do that, then shut the fuck up. If you are not willing to do your part, then do not complain when people like me make generalizations about your tribe that you do not like. I figured out what this was all about. Let me show you guys what this is all about. See, I launched this new substack a couple weeks ago, just like quietly. And I haven't really even promoted it at all. It's just a Substack where I'm planning on writing stream of conscious articles about my red pill journey. It's called the Red Pill Diaries. It's redpilldiaries.substack.com. And I posted an article just the other day that I think is the thing that the conservatives are retaliating against me for. Pretty sure. I posted this article. I don't know how, my internet sucks. I'm actually on the phone on my Wi-Fi. I posted this article that says, I was the Democrat who went to the Trump rally and changed my mind. Here's the moment I realized the conservative right is no better than the political left. And I basically outlined the moment when conservatives canceled me for quoting a book called Conversations with God because I wasn't a Jew or a Christian, and they canceled me for it. And it was in the most hypocritical possible way that they could have canceled me, calling me an anti-Semite all over the internet when I had been the only person that was speaking up against actual anti-Semitism when none of them would. So I wrote this article the other day, and I was like, when this whole little cancellation started happening yesterday, which if you don't know, I basically, conservatives are trying to cancel me for me pointing out that they're a moral majority part 2, and that I made a sarcastic remark saying, I bet conservatives are going to try to ban people showing their kids R-rated movies in their own homes. And conservatives are like, yes, of course, that's called parenting. Well, it's not called parenting when you do it to other people, conservatives. It's not called parenting when you legislate your moral fucking Christian beliefs and try to force everyone around you to live by the same standards you do. Anyway, so I posted this article, about a week ago now? About a week ago? Not even a week ago. And I think that this is what they're retaliating against, because me making a sarcastic remark on Twitter that isn't even that bad, me making a sarcastic remark on Twitter is not really what they're upset about. If it is, they're fucking morons. But it's not really what they're upset about. They're upset about this. That's my guess anyway. Let me I'll just put the URL in the chat if you guys want to check it out. That's what I think they're upset about. I do have to thank conservatives, though, because, it is a valuable experience for me to know and to really understand precisely and exactly what controlled opposition looks like. I am now absolutely convinced that Ian Miles Chung, Matt Walsh, those conservative fucking blue check grifters on Twitter, I am absolutely convinced they're controlled opposition. Absolutely convinced. And it's important that we know what this looked like. It's important that we know when we have people that are not on the up and up in our midst. Now, Ian Miles Chung, of course, was never on the up and up. He's a fucking Malaysian Twitter troll. Why conservatives have lifted him up to be an influencer, I will never understand. But that's their choice. Matt Walsh pretends to be someone who has good ideas, but really all he's doing is stealing the ideas of others. And well, let's just get to the title of the stream, shall we? Let's get to the title of the stream. We've got a little bit of an audience now. Why not talk about why Matt Walsh is a conservative fucking shill, controlled opposition grifter? Matt Walsh has done more to support leftist trolls who have been stalking me for almost 2 years, literally doxed my house. He retweeted leftist fucking troll stalkers yesterday who have literally doxed my house, post pictures of my house on the internet, put my family in danger. He has supported those people more than he has ever supported the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in the schools in the country. This lawsuit has been going on for 2 years. This almost not 2 years. This lawsuit maybe started like a year and a half ago, but the story broke almost 2 years ago. And do you know how I know about this story? Because I fucking broke it. I was the only person talking about what was going on in this high school in Nevada that was trying to force young men, in order to graduate, to admit that they were oppressors in order to graduate from high school. This happened to a young man, and he said, no, I'm not going to say I'm an oppressor in order to graduate. The school tried to make him, and they ended up suing. And this lawsuit is currently pending. It is the most important shot we have of getting a legal precedent against critical race theory. Matt Walsh knows about this lawsuit. The Daily Wire has reported on the general situation around this case. It's not as though they are unaware of it. They know about it. They've profited off of it. Matt Walsh refuses to talk about it. He refuses to talk about it. Emphasize, you're getting blocked. Goodbye. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this bullshit anymore. Not emphasize, I only put you in a timeout for 5 minutes because you have been around the channel. You do this shit again, you're going to get blocked. I have had it up to here with the bullshit. I've had it up to here. So Matt Walsh has known about this lawsuit that has already been, a judge has already said that this lawsuit is likely to succeed. This lawsuit, if it is seen through to fruition, will result in a precedent-setting legal judgment against not only critical race theory in schools, but also social emotional learning in schools. This is the thing that we all actually need. This is the most important thing that every single person should be supporting. Matt Walsh has never supported it. Matt Walsh has never talked about it. Matt Walsh has refused to tweet about it. Matt Walsh hasn't raised one single dime for this lawsuit. Matt Walsh raised over $100,000 to play a prank on AOC's grandmother, but has not mentioned this hell or high water. Why is one of the leading conservative voices refusing to mention this lawsuit? Because he is a controlled opposition grifter who steals ideas from other people and only says the things and repeats the talking points that his dumb conservative audience want to hear over and over and over and over and over again. He's a shill and he's a grifter. And as of right now, he has supported leftist troll stalkers in real life more than he has ever supported this lawsuit that has been going on for over a year. The fact that conservatives don't know about this lawsuit is all of the evidence that you need to understand that your grifters are that wasn't even a Freudian slip. I meant to say your influencers, but I said your grifters instead. It's a pretty, I don't know if that was a Freudian slip or just a statement of fact. The reason that conservatives do not know about this lawsuit is that your influencers, who are conservative shill opposition grifters, refuse to talk about it. They refuse to even retweet about it. They refuse to share any information about it. The fact that I'm doing this stream is actually going to make it more unlikely that they're going to talk about it, because then they're going to be pissed that I'm pointing out that they're nothing more than controlled opposition. How did Matt Walsh support leftist trolls? He retweeted a leftist troll yesterday that's been stalking me for 2 years and has literally doxed my house. That is who Matt Walsh gave visibility to yesterday. Someone that has literally put my family in danger. Someone that has followers that have literally been threatening to come to the event that I'm at right now to show up to teach me a lesson. That's who Matt Walsh supported yesterday. That's who Matt Walsh gave visibility to yesterday. Matt Walsh has never given visibility to the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in the country. Never once. But retweeting leftist trolls who have been stalking me for over freaking a year and a half, people that are actually physically threatening me now, that's considered a priority for Matt Walsh. That is the truth. That is who your influencers are, conservatives. They are controlled opposition, nothing more. And if you continue to go along with it, you get exactly what you fucking get. I have no sympathy for conservatives any longer. Not any longer. And if you're going to continue to support these people, I don't want you on my fucking channel. Unsubscribe right now. Go away. I don't want to help you. If this is who you are supporting, then you do not deserve help. You do not deserve anyone having your back. You do not deserve support. You want to know why people don't help you? Because you support terrible, horrible people. You're silencing people. Fuck you. Goodbye. Goodbye. I've fucking had it with this bullshit. You guys want to know why you're losing? You want to know why you're losing? Because the only people you support are the people who say the words you want them to say. And they repeat them over and 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 over again just to make you feel good. But you don't actually support the people who are doing the real things. You don't support the people who are doing the real things. You know, the irony of this is there is a leftist publication in Vermont that wrote a hit piece on me this week. I just found out about it this morning. They wrote a hit piece on me for exposing grooming in the Burlington, Vermont school district. Now, the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro stole my fucking journalism about what was going on in the Burlington, Vermont school district and pawned it off as their own. But in reality, the people in Vermont know who did that, and it was me. And now they've written a hit piece on me because I outed their grooming in the Burlington, Vermont school district. No, it wasn't. 7 Days did a hit piece too, Grey Catman, but this is a new one. This is a new one. It just came out. I haven't even read the whole thing yet. So I have this leftist publication in Vermont calling me a transphobe and a homophobe Well, I literally have Matt Walsh and fucking Ian Miles Chung and every other conservative grifter sending their trolls into my feed calling me a groomer. How's that for ironic? How's that? The actual groomers in schools are writing hit pieces on me because I'm very good at exposing them. And the conservatives, instead of supporting the work that I've been doing to expose this bullshit, are trying to cancel me and calling me a groomer. How's that for ironic? How's that? I refuse to play this game 1 second longer. I've already played it too long already. I played it too long in 2020. I completely regret everything I did to support the right in 2020. I wish I'd never done it. I wish I'd never done any of their media. I wish I'd never made that PragerU video. I wish I had never done it to begin with because they didn't deserve it. They did not deserve it. Javier, if you're still confused, then you're not the smartest person in the world, and I'm not going to keep explaining it. You are the one who can rewind this stream, rewatch the part that you found confusing, and then you can rewind it again and rewatch it again and rewind it again and rewatch it again until you find it less confusing. It's not that hard. So, he's plagiarized my work on several occasions. Matt Walsh stole my cameras in classrooms idea. How is Matt Walsh's cameras in classrooms campaign going, by the way? How is that going? Because Matt Walsh just magically appeared to have this brilliant idea about cameras in classrooms a couple weeks after I got 2 million views on a tweet about cameras in classrooms. How is Matt Walsh's brilliant cameras in classrooms idea going? Did he ever do anything with it again after he used my work to go on Tucker Carlson? Did he ever do anything with it? The answer is no. We all know that. Nothing happened to it. Nothing happened to it because Matt Walsh fucking stole it. Didn't care about it at all. Damn, what happened to this lady? She used to be good. I'll put you out of your misery, honey. Block, 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 block. Block, 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 motherfucker. And someone can clip that. I don't really care. I have absolutely no. Okay, emphasize you. Oh, why do I have an error on YouTube? Am I still on YouTube right now? No, I am. I don't know why it's giving me an error on YouTube. Emphasize. Do you want to get blocked, emphasize? Last warning. You're getting blocked next time you do this. Fuck you. I'm done. I'm done. Not taking any more of this bullshit. If you don't want to watch my content, don't watch my content. I don't really care. Don't really care. Oh, isn't that funny? There you go, silly white boy. Got you that time. Conservatives are no different than the woke left. And until people on the right wake up and realize that these are nothing more than controlled opposition shills, you are going to continue to lose and you will deserve to lose. Because right now you're listening to someone who's been telling you this for a long fucking time. This is not the first time I've told you guys this. Maybe this is the most blunt. Maybe this is the most aggressive that I'm telling you, that your influencers are controlled opposition shills, and that it's plain as day if you look at what they're doing. Why hasn't the Daily Wire supported the most critical lawsuit against critical race theory in schools in the country? The Daily Wire seems to make a lot of money talking about how bad critical race theory is. Why haven't they actually supported the thing that could end it in schools in this country? Why aren't they supporting it? Why aren't they supporting it? Why won't they talk about it? Why won't they retweet it? Why won't they help raise money for it? I don't make 1 cent if they raise money for this lawsuit. I personally have raised over $33,000 fucking dollars for this lawsuit. I have raised more than any other private person for this lawsuit. And I'm not profiting off of it like the fucking Daily Wire has. You want things to change, you need to support people who are actually changing things. That's just reality. If you only support people who play pranks on AOC's grandmother and then retweet retweet leftist trolls who stalk and dox people more than they retweet the people who are actually filing lawsuits and doing real work and real activism against this, then you fucking deserve to lose. You deserve to lose. I will be blocking every single person who even remotely defends Matt Walsh in this stream. That is non-negotiable. You will not get a second chance. If you want to be like conservatives usually are, and you're like children, and you're like, can I test my boundaries? Can I test my boundaries? Can I test? Well, then you're going to get blocked. And then we will never have to speak to each other again, which will be fabulous. What exactly did you do to get this many targets on your back? I told the truth. That's what I did. I told the truth. I told the truth about who your influencers are, that they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. And this is why, too, they've always hated me, because they know they can't control me. They know they can't control what comes out of my mouth. And they know I'm smarter than most of them. It's absolutely astounding to me how many people just fall. No, I guess it's not astounding to me. Listen, man, I was on the left for a long time. I was one of those leftists that well, actually, I don't think I was ever really a leftist. I was more like a moderate Democrat, but I was one of those people that had MSNBC on in my house all day every day and didn't realize they were lying to me. So I guess I do understand on some level why conservatives can have the Daily Wire on in their house all day every day and not realize why that the Daily Wire is lying to them. Not realize that the Daily Wire is using them. Not realize that the Daily Wire is nothing more than controlled opposition. Nothing more than controlled opposition. Laura, I already have done videos on this. We're going to be doing a whole fundraiser for this. There are 1,000 videos on my channel that people are welcome to avail themselves of on almost every possible topic related to critical race theory and the fight against it. So while conservatives on Twitter are saying, you're nothing but a leftist, there are over 1,000 videos on my channel you are welcome to avail yourselves of. I've already covered this lawsuit on multiple occasions. It's already done. Already done. Oftentimes when it comes to controlled opposition and grifters like Matt fucking Walsh, what you need to look at is what they're not telling you. What you need to look at is what they are not telling you. Yes, block everyone who disagrees with you. Travis, you and I are obviously not a good fit. You and I are obviously not a good fit. Goodbye. This isn't about disagreement with me. People on this channel disagree with me all the time. People in my audience disagree with me all the time. What I will absolutely not tolerate in any way, shape, or form is woke, authoritarian bullshit. I will not tolerate whining. I will not tolerate complaining. I will not tolerate conservative temper tantrums when they don't get their way. Conservatives are so much more snowflakey than Democrats ever were. So much more fucking whiny and annoying than Democrats ever were. How many other important stories are existing out there that you haven't heard of because your influencers refuse to cover them? But they spent all day yesterday complaining that I said maybe they might try to ban people watching R-rated movies in the privacy of their own homes. That's more important than covering actual news. But then when someone does actual journalism, they just steal it and pawn it off as their own with no credit given. They are lazy. They are liars. They are grifters. They are shills. All they are out for is themselves. They do not have a single ascertainable goal in mind that they take action for. And if that's who you want to support, if you want to support people who are taking no action, if you want to support people who are only telling you the talking points that you want to hear that make you feel good for that brief moment that they say your talking point, then you get what you fucking deserve. You will get no action. You will get no change. You will get the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. The only thing that can actually change the direction this country is going in is people who take action. One of the reasons that I gravitated towards the Libertarians is that they take action. They are activists. Even though they will never win, probably won't win a major election in our lifetime. Probably won't win a major election anytime soon, but they still go out every single day. They're libertarian activists in New Hampshire working every single day towards their goals, even though they know that they will probably not achieve their goals in their lifetime. That does not happen on the conservative side. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. Nothing. All they do is whine and complain and tweet and play pranks on AOC's grandmother and ignore the stories that actually need to be told because they're inconvenient to their controlled opposition funders. And as long as these conservative blue check influencers stay in line and they don't talk about the stories that the establishment doesn't want them to talk about, then they keep cashing fat checks. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly and precisely what they're doing. They are only in it for money. That's it. And their audience is so blind to what they are doing that they help them along that path and enrich them and fill their pockets with wads and wads and wads of cash when they will never do anything to help them. They will never do anything to help them. Gabrielle Clark is a single mother fighting every single day just to maintain and keep this lawsuit against critical race theory in the schools alive. Matt Walsh could have raised her $100,000 in an instant. If Matt Walsh can raise $100,000 for AOC's grandmother, Matt Walsh could have raised Gabrielle Clark $100,000 in an instant to support something that's actually important. And he refused. He refused. They won't even talk to their audience about it. Really let this sink in. For anyone who thinks I'm wrong, for anyone who thinks that I'm just a grifter, why won't your influencers talk about the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in the schools in the country? Let me put a link in the chat. You guys can go learn about the lawsuit that your influencers refuse to tell you about. I wrote about this lawsuit in my book. I have raised tens of thousands of dollars for this lawsuit. Here's the link. It's givesendgo.com/support the Clarks. I don't get any money from this. I don't get anything from this. Is there anyone on the right worth paying attention to? Nope. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. The only people I listen to are the people who actually take action, not the people who go on TV and speak nice talking points. They all lie. They all lie. I would rather lose every single day than ever support these conservative shills ever again in my life. I would rather the Democrats win than ever support these conservative shills again. And the reason for that is that I think that the conservatives are going to do just as much to destroy the country as the Democrats. I don't think the conservatives are going to do shit. I don't think the conservatives can fight back against the woke left. I don't think they even know what to do. They don't listen to people who are taking action. All they do is whine and complain and whine and complain and whine and complain and whine and complain. They have no strategy. They have no goals. They have no plan. They would have no, the conservatives would have no idea what to do if they actually, had power. No idea what to do at all. So even if we gave them power, they wouldn't do anything. It would just be replacing one problem with another. So while I don't like the Democrats and I don't like the woke left at all in any way, I would much rather they stay in power because I think it's going to accelerate the destruction of things that need to be destroyed. This wasn't Project Veritas's fault. That was an independent security guard, and that security guard was fired for what he did. That is true. That did happen. Their security guard put hands on me when he shouldn't have twice, but they got that security guard fired because of what they did for me. So because of what he did to me. So that was not Project Veritas's fault, and I don't want to start any rumors about that because it shows up in the chat. That was not I have no ill will towards Project Veritas at all. That was not their fault. That was the security guard's fault. See, this is your average conservative right here. This is your average brainless conservative that's going to go suck Matt Walsh's dick after this stream. Y'all are listening to a former leftist psychologist who had a mental breakdown. She's playing you like everyone else. She's a leftist at heart. At least I've talked about the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in schools in the country. What have your influencers done? Carlin's a leftist. Oh, Carlin right now has a hit piece written on her by leftists in Burlington for exposing grooming in schools. Carlin is doing a stream talking about the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in the country. Carlin has raised more money for this lawsuit than any of your conservative grifter shills. Carlin wrote an entire book about fighting back against the woke left. But I'm the leftist, according to conservatives, who are fucking morons. Fucking morons. So, to wrap up, bye, Adam. Boop. I think Adam just chatted in. Someone can tell me what that chat said before I blocked him. I think he said that he does more to fight back against the left than I do. Oh, please. Please. Please, Adam. Please, Adam. David, I actually have no idea what the sales numbers are for the book. I haven't asked and I don't really care. I would like to see more people involved in the book club that I'm running. That's very true. The conservative troll, or excuse me, the leftist trolls, I guess it's so easy to confuse the two, isn't it? The leftist trolls on Twitter have been saying my book isn't selling well. I mean, my publisher seemed happy with it. So I don't really know. I don't look at sales numbers. So I honestly have no idea how it's doing. I would like to see more people involved in the book club. But that's really it. Yeah, why the fuck was Adam even here? I'll get to your super chat in a second, AD. Why the fuck was Adam even here? Another useless influencer. What exactly has Adam done? He sold coffee? Sold coffee and moved to Sweden? Is that pretty much it? Does that sum it up? That's it. AD, people not understanding that conservatives are hive-minded as leftists are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That is a really good question. What the fuck was Adam Krigler even doing on this stream? This stream had nothing to do with Adam Krigler. Why would he pop in and troll my chat? Well, I guess we won't have to look forward to that anymore since I just banned him, so whatevs. Book club is going great. We just had another, that wasn't the real, I think it was the real Adam. Maybe it wasn't, but I think it was. Dragonwater, how is the book club going? I think it's going good. We had another meeting the other day. We had some great conversation. We have one more left. I'm going to be rerunning the book club, I think, this fall. I've learned a lot from running this first round, and there's more I want to do with it. So more on that soon. Joseph Joseph, Jonathan, let's show them what we think of them in both 22 and 24. I'm tired of my rights being taken away and nothing being done. Go libertarians, screw them. Oh yeah, I want conservatives to get an epic fucking surprise in 2024. I think conservatives will win in 2022. I think it's really like, I mean, it's just like the economy's too bad, and people are going to be blaming Biden for that, and they're not going to vote for Republicans because they like Republicans or even support a Republican plan. They're not going to vote for them at all for that. It's just they're gonna vote for them because it's they're not Democrats. But I think in 2024 there will be a libertarian spoiler, and the conservatives aren't going to see it coming because they don't listen. And I mean, I've been talking about this for over a year. I've been saying for over a year I thought there was going to be a libertarian spoiler in 2024. Of course, conservatives don't listen to what I say, even when I'm mostly right. Oh. Andrew, hi Andrew. I'm in a motel in northern New Hampshire at the Great Libertarian Festival in the north. Guys, go subscribe to Andrew's channel. Andrew's the best, and he has really interesting content about exorcisms and cults and things. Let's see. The What is a Woman movie isn't fighting against gender. No, it's not. The What is a Woman movie is not fighting against gender ideology at all. Do you want to know why? Because no one's going to watch that movie that doesn't already agree with it. That movie is going to change exactly 0 minds. It's only for show. Who is going to subscribe to the Daily Wire and watch that movie that doesn't already agree with it? What minds are going to be changed? How many Democrats are watching that movie? How many leftists are watching that movie? How many people in the middle are watching that movie? This is only a circle jerk. That's all it is. Conservatives are morons when it comes to fighting back against this stuff. Absolute idiots. Conservatives really think that if they only speak to their own side, they will wake more Democrats up. That's not how it works, folks. That's not how it works. If you don't get in front of Democrats and people on the left and the politically homeless and the marginalized and the moderates, if you don't get in front of them, if they don't hear you, if you don't have conversations with them, then you never wake them up. So while it may be an entertaining movie, What is a Woman is going to change exactly and precisely 0 minds. Conservatives are fakeritarians, aren't they? Yeah, you guys really think that people on the left are going to pay the Daily Wire money for the privilege of watching their movie? That was a movie for their membership. That was a movie for their membership. It was a movie for people who already agree with them. There's a movie for people who are already paying them money. 0 minds changed. Millions of dollars spent, 0 minds changed. I don't know, and I've got to go in a minute because I have to get ready for my meeting at 2. I just don't know how conservatives don't understand this. If you don't wake more Democrats up, you are going to lose. If you don't get in front of people who don't already agree with you, you are going to lose. If you don't convert new voters, you are going to lose. If you fucking cancel the people who are doing the journalism that you end up stealing and pawning off as your own, you are going to lose. It's really not difficult. If you are only, conservatives have been complaining for the last day and have been like, Carlin's blocking all conservatives. She wants to be in an echo chamber. You already are in an echo chamber, conservatives. You're already in an echo chamber. You only talk to people who agree with you. Some of us talk to people who disagree with us. I'm not doing it on Twitter anymore, though. Fuck you. There are no productive conversations that happen on Twitter at all. The vast majority of my work for the last year and a half has been in person. It hasn't been online. Online doesn't work. It's been in person or in small groups online. That's the only thing that works. Conservatives tweeting all day, pretending they're going to change the world on Twitter. All right, guys, I got to go here in a sec. So, if you continue to support conservative grifter shills, controlled opposition, influencers, I'm just going to warn you that you and I are probably not going to have a lot to talk about moving forward. And I don't care if I lose tens of thousands of followers for saying that. I do not care. If you are going to bring see, I love blocking people who insult me in the chat. If you are going to bring nothing to the conversation except Carolyn is a woke leftist, you bring no value to my life. You bring no value to my community. You bring no value to my channel. I don't care if you're a sub number or not. I don't care. I would sooner lose tens of thousands of subs. I would sooner lose this whole fucking channel than shill for conservatives 1 second longer. Sin Shadowland sending you support. Get to PorkFest. I'm at PorkFest and I'm staying at the campground. I have a meeting in 15 minutes and I'm going to go enjoy PorkFest for the rest of the day. I've got a cooler with some beer chilling. I'm getting ready to go. I have always focused on quality of follower, not quantity. The quantity happened by accident. The quantity happened because I allowed conservative media to use me for a year. That's where the quantity came from. But I think we can all agree that I stopped speaking those conservative talking points in 2020 after the election when my job was done. When my job was done. I gave conservatives an entire year of my life. I don't owe them anything else. Yeah, okay, this is actually the ironic thing is I actually gained I don't even know, I guess it's over 1,000 followers now since yesterday. I don't know why exactly, other than I told conservatives off last night. Now, if you are a conservative that likes the work I do and appreciates the work I do and understands that Matt Walsh is a controlled opposition grifter, you're welcome to stay. I have no beef with you. I have absolutely no beef with you at all. If you are a person that actually wants real change and you just have conservative values and you aren't canceling people on Twitter like a woke leftist and you aren't sending me death threats and you aren't supporting stalkers and you are actually doing things that are productive in the world to try to change things, you are welcome to stay and I have no beef with you at all. It's okay for us to disagree on policy. It's okay for us to take different positions. But if you are actually doing something and interested in being productive in the world, rather than just interested in having someone spout your talking points to you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, then we might be a good fit. But if all you want is for people to say, well, they don't know what a definition of a woman is, guess what? Conservatives don't know the definition of the word ban. Conservatives right now, for the past day and a half in my Twitter timeline, have been trying to change the definition of the word ban, which properly defined means a legal prohibition. So conservatives only care about definitions when it suits them. They don't care about definitions when it doesn't suit them. Yeah, Caleb is exactly right. That's why people like me will never be more successful on places like YouTube, because all people want is to hear their talking points and they don't want to think outside their bubble. The problem, it's not even a problem, really. The issue is that I am perfectly okay not building a massive YouTube audience. I don't want to be Tim Pool. I never wanted to be Tim Pool. I never wanted that type of exposure. So I am perfectly okay building a niche audience of good people that are actually interested in working towards something different. The problem is that I have all these leftover fucking conservative shill followers from 2020. That's what I've been trying to turn around for over a year. I have been trying to transition my audience for over a year away from this bullshit. And apparently we haven't gotten there yet. I will not be happy until every conservative controlled opposition shill grifter gets the fuck out of my feed. That's how I feel about it. I have no use for them. They have no use for me. We should go our own separate ways. We should just go our own separate ways. Blocking a lot of people right now. Oh, it shows how crazy the left ideology is? Well, that's not actually helpful if no one's watching it. That's not actually helpful if no one who doesn't already agree with it isn't watching it. It can show whatever you want it to show. I've been showing how crazy the left ideology is on my second channel for 2 years. This is not news. This is not something that is new information. There have been people talking about how crazy this ideology is for years and years before I even started. Matt Walsh didn't just magically discover this. Matt Walsh could have promoted every single person that's been talking about how crazy this ideology is for years and years and years and years and years and years. Ted, if you just joined, you can go back to the beginning. I'm not repeating myself. Go back to the beginning. Not only does Matt Walsh refuse to promote anyone who got there before him, he won't even promote the most important lawsuit against critical race theory in schools in the country. Won't do it. Everyone should be asking why. All right, guys. I got to go because I have a meeting with a client. But thank you for spending some time with me. I don't think we're going to do nothing remotely controversial later. I don't think we are. I have not confirmed that with Joshua, but I don't think we are. Like, the internet is for shit. I don't even know how this stream is coming through because it's literally, I'm literally streaming through my phone right now. So I hope it's coming through okay. And I just want to, I want to have fun. I want to have fun later. I want to drink. I want to maybe do drugs. I'm at a fucking Libertarian festival. I can do drugs at a Libertarian festival. I'm sorry. Yeah, so people are saying the video quality is very bad. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm literally, the Wi-Fi is not working, so I'm literally streaming through my phone. I'm doing the best I can. But I don't think we're going to do nothing remotely controversial later because I want to have fun and gallivant around in the woods and do things that might be ill-considered, but that will amuse me. But thank you guys for hanging out. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And maybe I'll do another impromptu stream later. Yeah, exactly, Phil. Weed ain't a drug. Exactly. There's other fun things here too, though. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon.